Welcome to The Nest, Hoover High School's new broadcast station. Keep up to date with Hoover news and be entertained by special features, all produced and created by the hardworking students at Hoover High, San Diego. We will be here every week featuring everything Hoover. First up, after-school tutoring, reporter Hua Lee heads to the library to get the scoop.
Gear Up provides tutoring at Hoover High School. Gear Up uses Hoover teachers, SDSU students, and Gear Up advisors to support Hoover High School students.
We have different tutors that specialize in either mathematics or science especially. We also have English tutors, and we'll basically have every subject.
So the tutors are available after school Monday through Friday, 2:45 until 4 o'clock.
The tutoring staff will help students with any school subject they're struggling with. Again, tutoring starts at 2:45 and ends at 4 every day after school, right here in the library.
This program actually helped me pass all my classes last year. I was failing, came to tutoring, and bring them all up.
They're very helpful. I actually scored a very good proficient score on my test last week, so they've actually done a pretty good job.
Many students taking advantage of this program to improve and expand their skills. Gear Up staff hopes more students will take advantage of this program.
In addition to Gear Up, ARC is providing tutoring in the library and fun activities in room 304 every day after school. Did you enjoy the food fair? On Friday, during an extended lunch, Hoover students and staff ate and drank the multicultural offerings provided by Hoover groups and clubs. Despite a bit of rain, most clubs sold out, raising valuable funds for many programs. You can now bring your skateboard to school, reporter Hua Lee explains.
Hoover now offers students who skate to school a place to store their boards during the day. These newly built skateboard lockers are located near the big gym adjacent to the 1200 building.
They're used for the students to enable them to lock up their skateboards and scooters that they bring to school, use it for transportation.
The lockers are completely safe. They do have a mechanism over the top which is locked, which keeps all the trucks and the entire skateboard within the compartment so nobody can get at them.
Prior to the lockers, students had to leave their skateboards at home or risk confiscation by staff and teachers because skateboards weren't allowed on campus.
I use a skateboard lockers very often. Sometimes I use it for skateboards, like if I'm coming down late, I just put it away real quickly if my class is in the A bungalows.
These lockers have saved me time and hassle of having to go to my classroom and asking the teacher if I could leave it there, like the board there.
Hoover's skateboard lockers will allow students to bring their skateboards onto campus and help them arrive on time for classes.
Stay with us. When we come back, we get to know the biggest name in Hoover sports and meet up with the VP Martin on the red couch. Stay tuned.
It's Ring Club! Don't believe me, just watch.
Dope. Dope, 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 dope.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Ring pop, get it poppin'.
Yeah. Choose your destiny. Flawless victory.
Rock the rainbow, taste the rainbow.
Good afternoon, I'm Jesus Lopez, and today we have some Hoover Cardinal highlights. First up, the girls soccer team. In league, they are 3-0, and overall, they're 4-5. Unfortunately, the girls lost 7-0 to Mission Bay. The Hoover baseball team is currently in its preseason, but they are training and ready for the big games to come. Now, for the professional ranks, Major League Baseball has awarded the City of San Diego the 2016 All-Star Game to be played at Petco Park. And what a Super Bowl it was. The defending champs from Seattle threw an interception in the last 30 seconds, making New England the champs and giving them 4 Super Bowls in 14 years. Dominant. Speaking of dominant, this week our athlete in the spotlight is Kenneth Moore. Kenneth is ranked number 7 in the state of California, and he only started wrestling during his freshman year.
Well, for Kenny, I see kind of an unlimited potential. I'm not really sure where his potential ends, but right now our goals are on winning the state tournament, which I believe he has the potential to achieve. So I see him as a potential state champion and also a national place winner.
I started my freshman year. I didn't really know what wrestling was until I got into high school. I always thought wrestling was like WWE, just fake. Last year at CIF Masters, I got second to a power kid. I ended up losing 3-1, but it ultimately got me better and got me hungrier. I practically put all my time into my training. I trained during the year, I trained during the summer, just to be the best that I can possibly be.
Kenny brings a real intensity to practice. He always comes in ready to work, pushes his teammates all the time, expects his teammates to work as hard as he does. So he really brings a mood of wanting to get to work and keep working to get to the next level, and just hard work.
My coach really emphasizes that there's 3 things in your life. There's your social life, your wrestling life, and your academics. And you can only do 2 of those things right. So that meant that I just had my academics and my wrestling life.
I believe that Kenny has the potential to go as far as he wants. If he puts in the work, I could see him as a Division I All-American, possibly even national champion and beyond. He really hasn't reached his potential yet, and so it's very hard to tell where that will end. But
That's it for sports. Be sure to get out and support your favorite Cardinals.
Thanks, Jesus. Next up is a new segment called Questions in the Quad, where we ask the Hoover community what they have to say. This week, what is your new semester resolution?
What's your new semester resolution?
My new semester resolution is to make memories and graduate.
To get better grades.
I don't make any because I never follow it, so just keep on doing the same thing.
A 4.0.
2.0 or higher.
I get a 4.0.
Semester's resolution is to get a 4.0 since last semester I got a 3.9.
A better grade and graduate.
All A's in my classes.
Get all A's and a 4.0.
Maintain the 3.5 GPA I have or do better.
Higher than a 3.0.
To get a 4.0. Woo!
What's your new semester resolution?
My resolution is to get more hours of sleep and manage my time well.
Resolution is to eat more food and get better grades.
To change my grade and to become a better person at math.
To get good grades and to graduate.
I want to graduate. And I never had a pony. I want one.
To finish senior year.
What's your new semester's resolution?
Just to have fun, get these academic grades.
Participate, ask questions, have better interactions with the teacher, and study every day.
To obviously get better grades and become more fit for badminton.
Get good grades and be an all-star football player for varsity next year. CIF, baby.
To get a 4.0 and then work out because I want a nice body for prom.
To come to school every day, to be prompt, to stay focused, and be determined to graduate.
To try harder in my classes and try to do more of my work in my classes because I have a really hard time doing a lot of my homework.
What's your new semester's resolution?
I think it's to graduate and to extend my vocabulary.
To turn 18 and graduate and get out of here. Woo!
Look for Nest cameras during lunch to add your thoughts to QQ for next week. Next up, Cassandra Monera sits down with Vice Principal Martin in this edition of Red Couch Conversations.
Good afternoon, Mr. Martin. We appreciate you for coming to our very first show. How do you feel about being our very first guest on the Red Couch Conversation?
This is awesome. Check out this studio. The red couch, the scenery, the high-def studio. This is truly amazing. This is really an effort from the school district to Hoover High School to create something that very few students in San Diego have an opportunity to experience. And I'm really excited that the AOIT students at Hoover get an opportunity to learn about these technical aspects of creating a high-def television programming. So I couldn't be more excited to be here on the first show. How cool.
So, Mr. Martin, this is your first year working at Hoover High School, right? How do you like the school?
I love it. I love it. I really do. This is really a dream come true for me. When I found out that there was going to be a vice principal opening at Hoover High School, this was the one that I wanted to work at. I've admired Hoover High School for many years, being a teacher in San Diego, and I knew that there was a lot of great things going on. But I didn't know that there was so many great things going on until I got here. So it's a real honor to be here. I love every day coming to work, working with great staff members, students, and community support is just an amazing experience. So I am truly, truly happy to be here.
What do you think of the students?
They're okay.
Just okay?
Just okay. No, I'm kidding, of course. I love working with such a diverse community. Every day is a learning experience. Meeting somebody from a new community, from a new culture, learning about their traditions, learning about what makes them who they are. So I love working with Hoover students. Everyone is an individual. Everybody has their own goals and motivations and dreams, and being able to support them and being able to help create a better future for everybody here at Hoover is really my goal, and what gets me out of bed every morning.
Well, that is fantastic, Mr. Martin. So how do you think we did in our first semester of the year academically?
Well, let me ask you that same question. How do you think you did?
I think I did okay.
Think you did okay?
Yeah.
If I were to ask students that, if at lunch or during nutrition break or after school, I think they'd probably say that was probably the same response they would have, that they did okay. I would hope that students like yourself can take a look back at what they produced over the semester and say, what was the good, what was the bad? How can I improve for next time? What supports, what things can I do to make it better for next time? So I hope that they are going to lean on this tremendous staff that we have. Staff members are here to support students, and they want to see everyone succeed. But students have to be involved in that conversation. So ask questions from your teachers. What can I do better? Are you going to the tutoring center? Go to the tutoring center after school in the library. We have help for everyone, for every subject in the library. So hopefully everybody's doing what they need to do to improve for this semester.
Oh, well, that was immensely inspiring. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Martin, for coming to today's Red Couch conversation. One of our vice principals, Principal Jerry Martin, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
When we come back, a look at the week ahead with our Cardinal calendar and a look back in time.
Taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand.
After school in room 304, the art program is offering games and snacks from 2:30 to 6 p.m.
ELM and EPT testing for seniors is on February 7th. For further information, please go to your group advisor. Teen Battle Chef applications are due February 3rd.
Work readiness training starts on February 4th.
After-school tutoring available in the library from 2:30 p.m. to 4.
And that concludes this week's Cardinal calendar.
Thank you for watching The Nest this week. Before we go, let's step back in time. Reporter Brian Liang tells us a little Hoover history.
Join us as we explore over 80 years of Hoover history with Flying Back in Time.
I am now standing at the 50-yard line of Hoover's new and remodeled stadium. Did you know that Hoover's football field once faced north to south along Highland Street? Now I am standing on the 50-yard line of the old stadium before it was later repositioned east to west as it is today. The reason the stadium was modified was to minimize the space the stadium took up on campus, allowing the campus to expand free space and add new educational buildings. Think the new stadium is great? The original was nice for its time too, featuring lights, seating, and track. That wraps up Flying Back in Time for this week. Next time you're wandering around the back quad, just remember, 50 years ago, you were wandering around the stadium.
Join us as we explore over 80 years of Hoover history with Flying Back in Time.
My name is Kenya Tapia. Thank you for joining us in The Nest.